Hey everybody, welcome to the team meeting. For those of you who are watching later, we're running a little late. Mary Roars, who's another consultant here in San Jose, is here. Felicia's on her way. So let's see how this goes. Because it was open the latest. I guess some other ones closed early.
I can walk home from here.
You can walk from here?
I could technically,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
I live, so I was like, that's sweet. And now that I've been to your house, I realized it wasn't that close to you. So
I'm down here all the time. So. Hello. How are you? Cher, right?
Yeah, very good.
That's it.
Anywhere?
You guys, sorry for those of you who aren't here, but I brought sugar.
I'm Mary.
I'm
Cher. Nice to meet you here.
She is a recruit of Felicia's. She joined at the
Experience
North event. Yeah.
Cool.
So. These are for Felicia.
How's it going for you so far? Good. Good.
Did you have your launch party?
I did this weekend. So it was good. Good. Yeah. Felt like $1,000. I felt like, I didn't quite know what I was doing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But,
Good for you.
I have some really nice friends, apparently. And it's a great launch
How many
party.
people showed up?
I had like 9 on Friday and then 2 on Saturday.
Awesome. Hey, Crystal. Welcome. Come have a seat.
How are you?
Good. I bring cookies. Oh, here are your.
Thank you.
Welcome. You want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Krista. How's everybody?
You can say hi, Cher, if you want.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Cher. And then Mary, I don't know if you can see yourself. Okay. So,
Sorry if I got you all dizzy. We'll wait for Felicia. Yeah, so she was just giving us her update
Krista, nice to meet you.
on her launch party. So it's awesome. How many bookings did you get?
Well, I've got 3 friends that are interested in hosting a party, so I've got 2 confirmed dates.
Cool.
Yeah.
Krista, how did things go with yours?
My first lunch party was last week. 2 weeks ago. It was 427,
Awesome.
and I got 3 bookings.
Cool.
So my next one is tomorrow.
Awesome.
So it's not looking so good.
The party for tomorrow's not looking so good.
Not looking so good, but I texted and I emailed some people today, and personally, so to
Because they're mutual friends or something?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
And it worked because
And it
one
did work.
person,
yeah.
people are like,
And another person said, "Oh, I hadn't changed my Evite yet, so I will." But
Yeah.
I think Evite did not send out the reminder email
Oh, it didn't?
because I'm
Usually
invited to a
automatically
party
does
that's
that.
on Wednesday, and I got the reminder today. But looking, people, you can see when people view them,
Right.
and it was all the day that I sent it, or the day after. We haven't opened it since. Can you see that part?
I
or
did
not?
see that.
Yeah,
I know
you can
exactly what
see
you're
it.
talking. That's why I thought it was weird. That's something
It is weird.
right about it.
There's a ton I haven't even opened. I don't know. So I
Well, I just know
sent
I
it
always
again.
tell people to check the Evite. Well, because most people miss it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so as part of
So
hostess coaching we're going to talk about tonight is that, like if you're using Evites, I tell people, you have to make sure you're checking. Because I've been invited to tons of things, like for my kids, and people will be like, I noticed that you haven't, responded. Did you not see the Evite? And I'm like, no. And I'm someone that checks my email constantly. So I'm like, if someone like me is missing invitations, you can be sure that other people who aren't checking their emails for work are totally going to miss it.
You don't use Evite.
Book events.
Okay. I thought
Some
that's just
some people just like to text. Like my hostess on Saturday, she's like, that's how she communicates with people. So if she wants to get a hold of them, she's like, they're not going to read an email. They're not on Facebook. So, but texting really is better because you expect a response. So usually it's like, I'll say, send out an Evite or let's do a Facebook event. And then a few days after you do either the Evite or Facebook event or both, some people like to do both, then you have to follow up with the text message or the phone call where you're having like a back and forth conversation because otherwise they just ignore it or they just totally miss it. So I'll always tell people, I'm like, go like on Facebook events, like for Facebook parties or for in-home events. I'll say, click on the invited and it will show you who has seen. And usually it's like the first 10, people have seen it. And then there's like a whole list of people that haven't seen it. So I'll tell the hostess, I'm like, you know, you're sitting at home like feeling bad that nobody's coming to your party. But I'm like, these people don't even know that you're having a party. So they don't feel bad and don't feel
Facebook
like
events are hard.
you're nagging them when you're messaging them, because I'm like, they don't even know that you're having a party.
They don't get enough.
So yeah. Well, and even if they do, it's like they get it at a time of day where they can't respond, and then by the time it's like it's gone.
I encourage my hosts who are having Facebook parties to do an invite in addition to sending the invites on Facebook because, or invitations on Facebook.
Right.
Because I feel like I found invites to be very effective ways of communicating with people and from invitations. And I have never responded to a Facebook invite. Just because I don't up until I started working for Norwex. Now that I work for Norwex, I would look for that stuff.
Right,
But I
right.
wasn't prior to that. And so you could have invited me and I had no idea.
Yeah.
And you can-
I just asked the
put the
host,
link
I
in
give her
there.
the option. I'm like I said, we can even do all three, you know, I'm like, just however you can best reach out, because some people like, I know them, like, I know that they're very active on Facebook, you know,
Right.
so I like to be able to do pre-party posts, like post videos, and I like that afterwards, if some people, you know, for whatever reason don't show up, I can post my demonstration videos there, so it's like, I have the ability to follow up with people that didn't make it, whereas like if she just does the e-bite herself, then there's no way for me to contact them. So that's one reason that I like also doing a Facebook event for that. But yeah, so that's
into that because I just joined Post My Party.
I love Post My Party. It's amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Totally changed my life.
yeah,
Is that on Facebook?
yeah, for Facebook parties.
It is for Facebook parties. It is a like an application.
Okay.
Just for
They-
Facebook or
I think maybe having a
Good.
Hi, Krista. I met at the event. Yes.
Mary, we met at the experience.
Felicia, say hello. Oh, hi. So do you want to grab a chair?
Yeah.
Come sit?
So it's like an application in which you can go on and it will.
So how do you see? I don't know.
I don't know if anybody's joined us. It says 0 viewers.
Okay. Oh, so you're live.
Is it Facebook or is it just no
It's
Google?
Google. Let me see if anybody's tried to
I'd be like all 3 times a day doing it. I
Sorry,
spent 3
I have to
hours
be on the
yesterday
phone.
It's okay.
doing the whole
Have a
party
late
I'm having this
Facebook
week, and the
post.
only thing I have to do now is go on live on Wednesday. But everything else is. And then if
It was
it's a
late.
party,
Yeah,
it's our own party.
You know what though? She had one and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out. I was late getting into the party. It was like I logged on and then I could like as soon as I got on, I saw her.
Yeah.
And it was small, and then it got bigger. And she started talking, and I was sitting on my couch with my family. So like, oh, I'm gonna go back upstairs so I can listen. By the time I got up there, I couldn't open it again. I'd click on it, and I couldn't reopen it. I couldn't reopen it again, and it was frustrating me. And then I shut it down. I opened it again. I tried on the browser, tried on the app, and I couldn't get it back again. And then there was a part where I could
And then you
see
accept my
I
friendship
think she
and
put
I'll
some
invite you.
pictures. She put something so I could see the comments that were there, and I could see the comments increasing, but there was no way to. I don't know. It was really weird, and I was disappointed.
She's been like commenting all week.
I don't know.
She's like,
But once it goes live or whatever,
oh,
maybe
Sherry,
it's
fine.
that's
more
right.
difficult. No.
No.
And
Sorry. It just push everything back. Yeah, okay. I got a big order, so that's what I accumulated. Okay.
Well, Cher was giving us the rundown for her launch party that she has 2 confirmed bookings.
Okay.
then what I'll do.
Krista was telling us about hers and that she has a party tomorrow that wasn't looking so great, but they have mutual
Okay,
friends who
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
reached out personally to them today. So
So the
And of
person,
course,
the friend that we had that's at her party's on Wednesday,
Okay.
And then I'll
overlap
invite you.
guests, but she had scheduled hers
And
before mine, so I was trying to get in for my fresh start.
right.
And
So I think it's
I started posting
either
today.
tomorrow or Wednesday is the cutoff date. So she's like, I can't do it Wednesday, I can't come, but maybe Tuesday. I'm like, okay. And then she goes to look at her calendar and she goes, oh no. Service party's on Wednesday. Oh, no. Okay, well, I have to have mine because it's
Yeah.
my cutoff date,
Right.
you
Well,
know?
it gives her $150.
Yeah. I know. So,
Yeah.
we went ahead and scheduled
But
it.
if you
anyway.
have party is 427. Oh, it's for your 1,000.
Yeah.
It's for the second one.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the first one.
But only by like 2 days. It was like such a
I
bummer
know.
because totally
Peel boxes now?
And if I'd had my own,
I know. Because you what? Just
I had my
placed
own
it. And it went through.
Well, I think it might accept it.
All right, so I'm gonna invite you.
Sometimes the
Yes,
post office
yes.
knows, like, on their file to deliver it.
that's what I think I read on somebody's group was like
Getting all
their
these
sister,
weird,
I don't know
like,
who it was,
border
it was her
issues
even.
now. It's
They
like,
said they made their first total because
Yeah.
they heard that,
Sorry.
you know,
PO
commission
address. Okay. I saw you post something. What was
Whatever,
it?
you gotta
that
do what you gotta do,
posted?
man.
But, I just posted the link. That people could join us, but nobody has joined.
I
It's
don't
good, guys.
I had a decaf SL on Sunday.
You don't want to be in the video. You just want it to be all me.
I'll just go
No makeup and everything.
I'll just be like,
Like,
I'll just be
Mom,
like
it's
Donald
4-star
Trump.
Sunday.
Did you see that? That's all that happened.
4-star Sunday. Like, oh my god, decaf. It was like
I like
4:35
Bollywood. It's one
o'clock.
of my favorites.
Still 1:30.
Oh my god.
And they were
The
burning,
third
I'm
one
so
wasn't as
tired.
funny. Did you see the
It
third
was
one?
Starbucks.
Just contact.
I was telling them that you
No,
This is decaf, but it just doesn't affect it like
caffeine doesn't.
No, I mean it helps me in the morning. But
Yeah.
if I were to have, I wouldn't have a regular cup of coffee now. But if I had a regular cup of coffee at 4 o'clock, it would not affect me going to bed at 10.
Neither.
No. This, I was telling her, I had a decaf, this pumpkin spice latte yesterday. I was at 1:30 a.m. I was really like,
Because
I'm laying in bed trying to go to sleep.
That's fine.
my body's too conditioned to caffeine.
I love it.
You're immune.
I think it's the first thing, the
Yeah.
first thing that pops in my head when
Oh,
I
yeah.
wake up is, oh my god, I can't wait for my cup of coffee.
Yeah,
this morning.
And something
to
wrong with
smell
like
it.
the coffee maker. It takes 15 minutes at least. I don't know,
You set a
to
timer
brew
on
it. I should.
You should.
To see, it's ridiculous.
You ready for you? Wake up.
Right?
You make these?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It was our family night activity. Well, so yesterday we made with my yeah.
And you'll want to go on to.
Yesterday was our family activity, and then tonight we decorated them for our family night activity.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
You look like
I had
you
wanted to.
I
I had one. I got like 7.
Anything you want to do.
I almost got 7 hours of sleep. last night.
Wow. Good
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I'm more like
And then
you.
So like you're here.
So none of these were
Yeah,
decorated by my kids.
Okay.
I decorated all of them. So you don't have to worry about dirty
So
hands.
we're not there yet.
Them looking thing here.
It should be right there. And you'll just take
What
notes.
time
They kept trying to add. I'm like,
No problem. Then it'll pop up.
these are just sugar with.
Like I said, I'm posting multiple times a day. All that you'll see all
Are they
I've
the
seen
loft
it,
house
and then
style?
you'll see.
What?
like
Are
I
they
said,
the
if you
loft
want
house
to live
style?
things,
They're really soft.
Okay.
I don't know. They're just called soft sugar cookies. And my mom
What
just
we're doing that day?
They're the best
I
sugar
would love to.
But you know
We
what?
don't,
Also record and I'll just post it.
I won't eat any other
Yeah.
sugar cookies. I won't eat any other sugar cookies.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but I won't miss
it's not going to be as good as my mom's
Right,
recipe,
right.
so it's not even worth me wasting my calories.
Like what posted like.
Okay, this is how like frazzled I am. I get this message. Hi, tomorrow at 4 is fine. Thanks so much. This is Jenny, by the way. I don't know what it's for. Is it a recruit I'm trying to talk to? Is it a
Friends say that.
But just like, can you remind me?
I know, right? I'm trying to like.
How can I be prepared? What can I
This
bring
is
for
Jenny,
you?
by the way.
I know, Jenny who? And that number.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't get much sleep. I was like, can you remind me? Yeah.
Because I didn't even put it on the calendar.
Say, I am so sorry.
Oh, okay. I know who she is now.
So
I told her to talk to me about the opportunity. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
my friend, I think she does it. On the form is Jennifer. So.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
like,
right.
hey,
See, that when people
Yes,
change their name like that.
Jennifer.
like I said, it was the best thing that
Yeah.
like big challenge me to do it. Changed everything for me.
I did tell her to text me. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, PMP is like so amazing. I almost gave up Facebook parties,
I just can't believe it.
and it's just
Blew
like
my mind.
Post My Party. So it's a website app where you can put all your pictures and your text for your posts, video links. You just have a template. So you just have like your days of your party, and you have the time of day that it goes to. And so then when you go to do your parties, you just schedule the time, the day that you want it to start, and the time zone that the party's in, and it just does everything. Whereas before, you either had to just like, yes, you don't have to be on Facebook, sitting in front of your computer posting. It does it all for you. So all you have to do is comment and answer people's questions. So it's really, really amazing. And everybody thinks that you're just like this master party person.
Party.
What if it posts something
Posting the catalog.
when you're off discussing
This
something
was
else and then
actually
like
literally
Well, it-
changing the subject, I guess.
and welcoming
By
them
posting
and
Well, you have your party. Well, it depends on how you do party. Like I do a party that's over several days.
you have
Like Felicia, she does an evening party, but like she still like has like you have your timeline set up, and so you want things to post at a certain time. Just because like people will be commenting on certain things doesn't mean that that goes away. Like you can still answer that, but you only have to focus on answering people's questions. So it makes it so that you don't have to.
And how long is it?
Yeah, and I mean, like you, if people ask questions, you can still post answer to those things in the comments, but you wouldn't necessarily be posting them like as a
like
post.
I started
You'd be posting
today.
in the
Just two
comments.
today.
So I love it because I used to use an app, Tiny Torch, before PMP was out, like before they created it. And I had to reschedule every single post. So that was like a step up from just doing it on Facebook. Like I could schedule, but every night it would still take me like 20 to 30 minutes to schedule my posts. So I was like, this takes way too much time.
So what
Because
are we
Facebook
doing?
parties are harder to get to. Okay, well, we're going to talk about hostess coaching and booking.
Okay.
So which do you guys, I mean, we already talked a little bit about hostess coaching. What do you guys want to get into first?
No one's on yet. No.
No?
So here's her
But
party
this is
today.
recording it so they can get on later.
This morning on the hosted by party. So this is the first one today.
Anybody?
And then this one is.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
What's the smallest one?
They're all the same size. It's a cookie cutter.
Oh, that's like pretty.
My daughter, it was like covered in chocolate chips. Like there wasn't a spot that didn't have a chocolate chip. And she's like, "Is this how you like it, mommy?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Oh." Like, do you want me to do another one? And she's like, "Do I need to change it?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "If that's how you like your cooking, like, then you go for it." I'm all like, but I like mine with a face.
That's cute. That's really nice. Not too sweet. When did you sign up?
At the Norwex, the Experience Norwex.
Oh, okay.
Packet.
You guys came together, right?
We did.
Mhm. Right. Okay.
So where's Monica? She said that
Her daughter's sick. Yeah, her daughter actually stayed home today, so I'm like, she's like, she
Bummer. We
wanted to
miss
give
you,
us something.
Monica. Yeah, was anyone else?
She wanted, please don't test my memory right now.
Sorry. A lot of people said they could come, but I didn't know if you were going to join us on Google Hangouts or
Oh, no, there
live
were.
in person. So
Yeah, there were. But
Here, let me see.
Yes. How do you know they're online? Like, if
well, it
they're
just says 0 viewers. So let me go check here. I just checked to see if anybody.
that was a big font.
I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I just typed it and it went big. Here, let's
See, there's
see.
my message.
And how long did you go? May. Okay, so May 4th. And
Of this
is
year.
everybody.
I met Mary at a conference. She saw me, like they have you go across the stage when for recognition, and so they say like where you're from, and
You're
so
like, wait, we're from the
because
same
I
area.
have so because I have a baby, it's really easy to spot you.
Yeah.
so
Like,
she
that's
found
the
me
one.
after. She found me after and was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to meet someone from Florida." Yeah, it's so amazing. Conference is like
It really is.
it was so much fun. I'm really excited to go next year, but I don't have a baby.
Your baby's so easy.
She was really good, but it's just like it's just fun, like a girls' night. Yeah. Well, like girls' weekend. Yeah.
Where is
Dallas. So they do it. I think it's kind of still tradition to do it in Minneapolis. They used to do it because they had Canadian consultants and American consultants go there, and I think that was the best location to do it in. But Amy Fulmer, who is our upline Black Jacket, she said that they've talked about maybe changing locations or something like that. So
I heard still no.
no, they won't do that.
Probably inexpensive.
It's probably coming
Or
in the
no.
middle.
I don't know how many
I
episodes
think
it's
that's what
supposed to
everybody
fly
is.
to.
But the
Expensive to
Canadian
fly
one,
to.
the Canadian one is harder to get to. It's all the way on the East Coast.
Oh,
It
really?
was it happened right after ours.
Okay,
Well, now that I know
so
where we can do, I can go deeper this year. It was pretty. And the only reason I could go is because my husband has hotel points, and I got to stay at the Marriott.
Right.
Oh, nice.
But literally, it's
Okay, so do you guys want to talk about which one first, bookings or hostess coaching?
um, I wouldn't mind talking about bookings because
Do you want me to type? Or what are you trying to do?
No, I can.
Okay.
I yeah, so just trying to continue to book my calendar. Like, what does your calendar usually look like in December? Is December a hard month to get?
You want to have like, what do they say, like by the 12th?
I think so. I can't remember the exact date. I thought it was around there, 10 to 12.
Yeah, like I think this is by the 12th. You want to have like the order submitted to make sure it's there for Christmas. Because like Norwalk's, like they'll give us a date. Last time was like the 14th, but still, it's not necessarily guaranteed. It's never a guarantee,
Yeah.
like that. Oh my
It could be
goodness, if it didn't.
snowstorms. You know,
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like you're gonna get your money back or they're gonna do anything for you if the order doesn't get there in time. So
I'm basing it on the 12th for this year because I'm having a holiday boutique on the 11th.
right.
So I'm under the assumption that like the 12th is a Monday and I can get those orders in
Right,
Monday and that would give
Yeah, I'm sure the 12th.
2 whole weeks
Yeah, right.
to get it shipped to me.
Yeah. So I mean, like you could do like some other.
Or just have parties with the understanding that it's not the time for Christmas, like. But I suppose that that's not really what's realistic in December. What do
Right,
your
like you
Decembers look
could-
like in the past? I guess is what I'm asking.
We only had one December.
Yeah, we've only had one in December.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I did like a my favorite things party. So like at this time of year, I don't know, have you heard of that? My favorite things from your team group. So Chris Carlson, she taught us last year that like November, December to do those parties are my favorite things parties. So as you're doing your presentation, you'll do your same presentation, but every 10 minutes you'll have like a timer that goes off and you will raffle off. You'll pull somebody's ticket and they'll win something. It doesn't have to be like something huge. It can be like spear nets, like whatever you have received free, like are things you can give away. She recommends not giving away things that are in the Safe Haven package
Or
because
just whatever you're presenting.
don't offer whatever you're saying because you want them to buy whatever package that you're trying to get them to buy. And if you give them that free, then they won't buy that package. So
Right.
she wants you to, suggested adding on
The
things that are
extras.
less than $20 because that's something that people will add on to their order
Yes.
because they'll see so-and-so got the toothbrush, so-and-so got the spear sponges.
Right.
I really want that. So
Right.
I would add on your favorite items. And so that gives you the opportunity also to talk about those items very quickly before you go on to your next thing. And so it's just kind of a way to, be really great to your hostesses. When you're advertising it, you advertise as that you're doing my favorite things, like Oprah style party.
Okay.
So when your host is coaching your hostess, you're like, this is the party of the year. Like you do not want to miss this. I'm going to spoil your guests. Like over like half your guests are going to be leaving with free Norwex. And so she recommended that. And so I did that. So that made it easy to get a December party because a lot of times people are just like, they already have so many holiday parties that they're like, no. But by doing that, people were willing to do a party because you're like, I only do my favorite things parties in December. So if you like are able to get November bookings without having to present them, then maybe that. I also saw someone had the idea for December parties as to do a white elephant party. So it was basically like what
That's
you
basically
did.
what I did, yeah.
Do you want to explain? that?
Yeah, they call it something else. It was really funny, something Chinese thing. Anyways, I didn't know it was like, oh, it's called that. So
Norwich.
yeah, so I did this. I don't think I don't know. Maybe I will. I did this for a group of friends. There were 14 of them that came. I put 14 gifts in a bag, so they can't see. Each one of them got a number. Cool. They draw a number. They get to whoever got one got to pick from the bag, and then I get to talk about that cloth. To
I love
steal
that.
it or get to pick from the bag. So it just kind of went on and on. They loved it. I mean, it was no more than 20 seconds talking about it. I didn't do the raw chicken demo, but I do have a future booking and, an order that day. But I just wanted to bless them. I didn't really want to do anything else other than that. So it was for homeschool moms.
Yeah.
They just gave me so much. I just want to give them back something. So I did a tea for them. And so it was really fun. And even after that, for me, it's establishing relationships. And when I give a lot of things away, it's not for the purpose of anything else but to establish relationships. And only a couple of them were customers at that point. A couple of them were, one of them was a host already. But after that, you know what happened? One of the people that was there, it was her birthday. Another guest that was there said, "Hey, let's chip in and get her a Norwex gift certificate, $120 right there."
wow.
And then the birthday girl like threw in another $25. So so it's just building relationships and just instilling fun like that. And it's actually really not what I'm doing because people are there already. You might as well just do something,
Right.
right? So it ranged from like makeup cloth to body cloth to embroidered cloth, like different colors, to I think how to breathe rescue gel too,
Right.
something smaller.
So that would probably be something fun to like host like yourself,
Yeah,
or to I would
like
say
a party.
offer to the reluctant hostess who doesn't feel comfortable asking people to come and do something where she gets things, because that's where everybody gets something.
So I've also done at Christmas time. So I had 2 parties where it's like a 12 days of Christmas party. So I got my calendar, December 1st through 12th. Each one had a gift. So, and then they got to pick whatever gift they want. At the qualified party, they got that. So it's only for the first 12 days of Christmas.
For booking.
For booking.
Right. So
Booking gift.
yeah, so you have on
Yeah.
your calendar.
Dryer balls, $20,
Gift
and then,
card.
yeah,
Yeah.
shopping spree to whatever.
Right.
You can put in whatever you have on hand or whatever you want, or whatever, like a big question mark, like whatever they want on the,
Right.
under $30 or something, whatever it is. So if you want your calendar to be filled, you can do that too. So it kind of depends what kind of December you want. I mean, you can easily take a break if you want to.
I was thinking of doing a VIP party in December where I invited only the people who have hosted for me, and like a don't bring your checkbook or your calendar kind of party, and doing like a white elephant so that everybody walked away as a thank you for being so awesome and being like my first hostess.
Right.
You too. And then everybody gets like each bag would have equal value, and everybody gets to walk away with something. And my hope is not that to sell things as much as to start getting 2017 booked and having
Build a
a couple of
relationship.
bookings on my calendar. Yes. But I wanted to just, for me, the purpose of that party would be as a thank you for being my hostess and getting my
Yeah,
business
that's a great time
Right.
to do it.
So how are these things paid for? I mean, obviously you get things for free.
It's basically through a shopping spree. We got it for free or from consultant incentives. So if you don't have a lot to begin with, most of the time in the beginning I offered a lot of shopping spree, but only for qualified parties, right?
Right.
So you want the host to really work
Be
for it
motivated.
and not say, oh, I just put something on the calendar, invited people, I expect this. So no, they have to work
Yeah,
for
so
it.
so the 12 days of Christmas, how it's like, okay, you get dryer balls for choosing this day. You have the star that it's like with your $350 party. So then it's like, it's just coming a little out of your commission. So the dryer balls are $29.99, so 35% off of that.
Okay.
And you don't pay
That's
for
what you're
it.
losing.
So let's say you were to make your commission. You can order that without actually paying for it, because
Right,
they just take it
right,
out
it just
of
takes it
your
right out of
commission, which I found to be quite useful the last couple of times. Or like, for instance, on my Facebook parties, I offer the first person who gives a live shout out, and on live, I give them free shipping. So instead of like that, I don't actually pay for that. I just, it's just take
Just
it from
less
my
commission.
Yes.
which I found to be
Yeah, so it's like you have to realize, like, when you're starting a business, like when anybody is an entrepreneur and starting any business, like I think I've heard that it's like the first 2 years you're usually operating in the red. So it's like with Norwex, yes, you're making less commission, but you have to realize that you're building a business. So it's like, be willing to invest a little to like not make as much commission so that you can build up that calendar. And then when you have that calendar, like I told Felicia, like I put a video on Team Butterfly Effect, like of how to get more bookings. She's like, I don't need to watch this. I don't need more bookings. I'm like, I didn't do it for you. I'm like, it's for your team.
Yes,
And I'm like, I know that you don't need bookings, but yeah, it's like once you get to a certain point, like sometimes it's not hard. I mean, they're like our uplines have told us that sometimes it's like you do get into lulls, and like there are people that have gone, they've been extremely successful, like even Red Jacket leaders that all of a sudden like dries up.
Yeah.
Like your business just dries up. So so learning these things of what to do, like can totally can totally help you.
So traditionally, January is mop month, meaning
Yeah,
the
so that
hosts-
makes January really
yeah,
easy.
makes it
Yeah.
really,
to
really
book.
easy. And even last year they doubled the points, but who knows what they're gonna do this year.
Yeah, so in December, your commission is 40%.
Tradi-
35 traditionally.
We don't
So-
know until
Yeah.
they announce it like on December 1st.
Right, right. So
You know.
instead of like the monthly incentives, like how now it's like if you get to 1,500, then you get the package. So instead of that, they just make your commission 40%. That's what they did
Okay.
in the past. And then January, like she said, is mop month.
Traditionally.
And they will have like a special, like we're from the 1st to the 15th, like the hostess gets a bonus because it's hard to book a party
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks. And I did have a party like the second week in January, and it went horrible. I don't think I
January
would.
or
Second week
February?
of January.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know that I would. She went again that early. I just kind of felt like it was wasting my time. But the last 2 weeks in January were okay. The last week in January was a lot better than even the third week.
For home
So-
parties, right? So,
No, that was for
oh, Facebook
Facebook.
party.
My home parties, I started like in the 21st, and that was fine. So yeah, but that was my experience. What was your experience?
I'm
with
just
January
trying to see what
parties?
I did. I don't remember. It seems so long ago. I had a good January. Really good January.
See, I didn't
I
have,
wanted-
I didn't
I
have
wanted-
as good of a
No,
January.
you know why?
What?
It was just this really
Nice.
stupid
We were in
incentive.
LA.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You
right.
offered a stupid
Yeah.
incentive?
No,
And then
there was a
Lindsay having
consultant that I wanted. It was probably like $5 value or something, and I really wanted it.
And Danny's having one because Danny really wants a mop.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so get your November and December calendars
Oh,
though where you want them. Don't talk about the mop until
Until you're sure.
well, not even not talk about that, but it's like you don't want to like if you're trying to get bookings now and you need bookings like to get your
Yeah,
fresh
right.
start, like you don't
Right.
want to be saying wait until January
Oh,
because
right,
too
right.
you miss out on all the business
Yeah.
in November and December
Yeah.
that party would have brought. Like I've had people that I've tried to get bookings with, or like a person cancels and it's like, and then they reschedule for like a month and a half later. It's like you've lost, like, because usually it's like I try to book like from 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now. It's like I've lost already 2 cycles.
Yeah.
You know, between that, so it's like, yeah, cancellations are hard. It just makes it.
Yeah, I had a
Much harder.
cancellation last week that was very legitimate. She broke her toe and had laryngitis at the same time.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And she got what?
And laryngitis at the same
Oh,
time. So like, it was very legitimate, but it was
Right.
still crushing to me
Yeah.
because it was
Right.
like mid-October, and I was really counting on having a
That party, yeah, and reach your
And we
goals. and
worked on
stuff.
it, and it wasn't until the day before that she canceled. It's one of those. It's the first time I've had a party cancel, and I was like, dramatic for me.
So I've heard training like from Chris Carlson that has said that like if something like that happens, like still use that time that you would have at your party for your business. Like
Yes.
do something to help, you know,
I
whether
did.
that's getting on calls and doing follow up or whatever. Just still do something to help grow your business during that time. Okay. So yeah, so I recommend to like going home and listening to that booking video. So many great ideas.
She's amazing.
Are you guys wanting to know like bookings, like how to get bookings at parties, or do we want to talk about getting bookings like
Outside after the party.
from after the party, or just like cold, like when you
Cold.
Cold call.
like
I think
don't
cold
know
call will
anybody?
probably be a little harder.
Yeah. Well, so Dolores, she said basically like you need to host a party yourself, because if
So
you're not
who'd
willing
you
to host a
invite?
party
Who do you invite?
to your party.
Mhm. If you're always holding parties for yourself, who do you invite?
So she says like in the beginning, she's like, you should host a party for yourself every month. And maybe like, you know, I've been doing this business, it'll be 2 years in February. And there are so many people that still have never attended. a
They may
Facebook
have been
party.
invited, but they may not have
an
come,
in-home
right?
party.
Right.
Right. Because they don't. I mean, they're busy or they're just like not really
Not
interested yet
Yeah.
Or they want to see if
But,
you're legit, but now that you're in it, you know.
for the long time.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, she's legit. Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, so I
Always somebody
finally
to
just
buy.
started doing people that from my school. Like it's taken that long for my kids' school. You know?
And I would agree with that because we were all such good friends in our 4-day class that it wasn't hard to recruit in the beginning. But my St. Lucy's, like this was a preschool, that's how we know each other. But on the other school, I've had like the first people to come.
Oh, wow.
And Anne Marie,
Since May.
but Anne Marie's my personal friend.
Yeah.
You know, so but it's been hard getting those people to come, even though I would consider them really friendly acquaintances. And
Right.
know that I'm trying to do this to start my business, and
Right.
I've had 4 parties, or at least 3 of my own parties so far, and it took until the 3rd one to even consider it. And there's still, 30 other people that I'd like to invite and have invited every time, and they don't
Right.
come. So every time I think of something like that, I'm like, oh, this person still hasn't experienced Hallmarks. This person still hasn't experienced Hallmarks. And in a way, it's a good thing for me because I'm like, there's still that much opportunity out there,
Right.
There's still that much
There's
potential
still so
out
much
there.
potential.
And once they get their hands on it, I really believe that there's nothing not to like. Not
Right.
every product is for every person, but once
Right.
you get something that you love,
Right.
so you got to work on Manny's kindergarten
Yeah.
class. That's who you're next.
That's yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
So yeah, so the first thing is basically starting with, and I would say do a launch in-home party and do a launch Facebook party. Do both. And you should get bookings from those. Like then when you're at your party doing the bookings, that's when you offer, your booking calendar where you decide the days that you don't want to work. Don't just be like, oh, I can do it anytime. Like, no, you want to be respectful of your time and your family's time. And you also don't want to appear that it's like
You have nothing
desperate.
else going on.
That it's like, you decide your calendar. So like with my calendar, I can only do Tuesday parties, Friday, and Saturday. And so I tell them that, and I show them, like when I go to a party, like I'll have those spots highlighted, and if you want to offer something, you can do that, or you can just like announce what you're going to offer. Because a lot of times, like I don't offer anything extra because I'm at that point where I don't need to. But like if you're wanting to get more bookings, then you're going to generally have to give something away. And so like one thing that Dolores recommended, and I've seen recommended, if you're wanting to get multiple bookings, is to come with pre-packaged gift bags with the products inside, and then you have the 4th gift bags for the hostess that she will get that if all 3 people book. And so you'll just have them sitting in front so that like at the end you will say like for the first 3 people that book, you get to take those gift bags, and if 3 are all gone, then the hostess gets that. And so it just puts peer pressure, like if 2 people take, then the hostess is motivated to get the 3rd booking so that she can get that 4th.
3 things
That
like
4th
a lot. Isn't that?
Yeah. No, it is. But if you're someone that doesn't have a full calendar, like you're starting, then, and you want to fill your calendar, like if your goal is that you want to have 4 parties a month, then, and you're just starting, then you'll
So
need
what do you
to
put
do
in those
that.
bags? Is it just like
So
one
she might like have
coffee
a viral
or
cloth. Yeah, it might be a veggie scrub cloth.
just one thing?
Just whatever.
Sorry to
Yeah.
make it pretty. So if you don't have products,
I have
again,
a few
It could be
things,
like a shopping spree.
yeah. So what
or-
I did was like 2 weeks ago, I had 2 parties, and then in between my first one and second one, I got a cancellation. I was really bummed. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be, but it's like, you're on a high, and you're like, you get this text, and then so I'm like, okay, this next party, I want 3 bookings, right? And it's a small party. It was only 6 people there, and 3 of them were previous guests. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm gonna shoot high. So I did because it was on the fly. I didn't prepare any gift bags. So I said, okay, if I have 3 bookings tonight, then I'm gonna do a drawing for a $20 shopping spree, and then the host will also get a $20 shopping spree. And I just went to my corner. They're all talking about it. They're like, you book, and then the host is like, come on, Jenny, you book too, and so I'm like, okay, you guys go write it out. And then so one by one, when they came, they gave me a date. I had 4 bookings, and then 1 drawing. So the host got the $20, and then somebody, I wonder who it was. Somebody, I wrote it down, will get the $20 shopping spree too at their party. So I'm only out $40, but the host, I didn't have to do anything. I just, but when they did book, I said, yay, we got 1 booking, just 2 more to go, and that's it. I didn't have to beg them.
Yeah.
They just,
Yeah.
brought it up
Yeah.
among themselves. So, 4 out of 6 people, I love it. It was to me, it was a success
Yeah, that's
to
a success.
compensate for
Yeah.
my.
And I love, Dolores started this video talking about like negativity. And that is something that is really easy to like overtake you in this business. But you need to choose to not be negative. Like she could have gone to that party just like
Sulking.
grumpy, but no, it's like you have the attitude that's like, no, I'm gonna go get this, and that's what I'm gonna do, and look at how it turns into like this huge positive thing. Whereas like maybe she would have gone and just only had 1 booking at this party.
People really feed off your vibe. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah, with this, because it could have gone either way. because with this, because when you have repeated people, right? Sometimes they take over because they know, they've seen it, they heard it, and they'll start talking about the things, or they ask you about certain things. But yeah, it was just I would have to say that one really mattered, that the mindset, because it fed off them. Because you got to go in and say you expect things, and it happened.
Yeah, mindset is so huge. At conference, they talked about it that, well, just other trainings that I've been a part of, that it's when you're driving to a party, you're like, I'm a booking machine. I'm a booking machine. And just to have, people want to have parties with me. People love coming to my parties. And when you have that in your mind, and then you go and talk to somebody, I'm serious, it comes back. I went to a party that it's I'm going to get a recruit tonight. Somebody's going to join my team. And I've never had anybody just there at a party join my team. It happened. I was like, say what? That mind stuff really works, where it's you just talk to yourself and it happens, so it's I'm going to talk to myself all the time. so becoming a multiple personality. No, but it seriously,
that's okay. We talk to each other. We don't just talk in our heads.
Yes.
We're not that loony yet.
Yes.
So
We're
working towards it. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
No, but I just love that it's in this video that it just talks about you decide whether or not you want to be successful in this business. You are your own boss. So if you decide, to not go and get bookings, you're the one that's firing yourself. But it's if you want to succeed, you can succeed. You just have to be willing to put forth the effort to do it. And you can. There's no one that I've met that has failed at this business that it was just they gave up. So if you don't give up,
I used to got a holiday boutique at the Almond Community Center for 5.5 hours on my feet on Saturday. I didn't sit down one single time. I didn't look at my phone except to occasionally to any square or whatever.
Right.
And I sold one stinking window pop. One freaking window pop. But I had 15 to 20 demonstrations. I reached out to people. I was like, do you want to see how you clean your own guacamole? I had a few people, I have to laugh. I had one person go, I already do. And I'm like, oh really? What do you do? She goes, I don't clean my house. You're all right, okay, fair enough. That's what I said. I was like, fair enough. Have a wonderful day. She's like, I don't feel like I want to spend my time. But
wait, so someone else cleans her house, or she just is
no,
dirty?
she doesn't clean her house at all.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I would have maybe followed that up with, because so we had a lady, Linda, who did some phone call training that we had come to a previous meeting. And she would say so this is something that you could do when you're calling friends that maybe you're trying to get bookings from. And you can just be call them and be hey, I just had a couple questions. I'm, selling Norwex now. So this is someone that you're friends with, so that they know you. I started my own business. I'm selling Norwex. It's all about cleaning products. I just wanted to ask you questions about cleaning. And you can ask them do you clean a little every day, once a week? Tell me. And so then they'll tell you. And so maybe they'd be well, I never clean. That question, well, why is it that you don't ever clean? And to get into that, because a lot of times you may find out that it's
only waste your time. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's okay, well, why do you think it's a waste of time? Well, because I don't get the results that I want, And so it's I know that for me, that was the case, because I would spend an hour scrubbing my tub, and then I'd go back and it looked worse than it did before because of the residue that was left over. So yeah, that's extremely frustrating. And so then you would get into, it's that it would be, okay, so yeah, so you're not getting the results when you spend all of this time cleaning. Well, people who are in your situation, they love to learn about Norwex, because Norwex, their products actually do work. And so I would love to be able to show you these products so that when you do clean, because okay, yes, it's never, but it's really not never, unless you're just totally disgusting. It's just you wait until the ultimate last minute until you just can't stand it anymore. I would love to be able to show you how much easier to make your life, and so that you're not frustrated. And usually people will invite a few friends over, and you can go to that. Maybe they'll say no, I don't want to have friends over. Well, can I just do a one-on-one? And maybe it'd be meeting at the Starbucks. Maybe it'd be coming over to your house. Whatever. So you'll go down the list how we were talking about the other day, that you start at the highest, and then you work your way down, and then maybe they're like, no, I don't want to have a demonstration at all. Then it'd be like, okay, well, can I send you something on email? Like, can I send you some video demonstrations or some pictures? Like, you can go into like, well, what is it that you absolutely hate cleaning? It'll be like my tub. Like, I would love to show you some before and after pictures and an email and a video, of like how easy it is to clean tubs. Like, is that okay? And then maybe they'll say yes. So then you get the information, and then you would say, okay, well, can I follow up with you? Like, will you have time to watch that, tonight or tomorrow night, and I'll follow up with you Thursday,
Yeah.
And then you set up that follow-up time so that there's an expectation that,
Yeah.
it'll actually motivate them to watch it, and then you follow up with them. And then maybe they're like, not even that. And you'll be like, okay, well, can I call you, in a month? You can start with a week. Can I call you next week? Or, maybe they'll say, no, okay, well, can I call you next month? And maybe they'll say no. And be like, okay, well, can I call you in a year? And they usually they'll laugh at that. But like most people will say like yes, and so you put it in your calendar. You put it in your calendar, and then you actually call them back. And like this lady that she was in this business for a long time, and she's like, people would just be like amazed when they did, and they usually rope into it then, or like too, like you could even
If you
you've just planted
I would
this.
totally laugh at you, and I'd be like, fine, call me in a year.
Yeah.
Like, okay, crazy.
Yeah.
Well, too, it's like they'll say like,
no. But then when you call me in a year, then I'd be like, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
you'd be like way
You
impressed.
really did call me in a year. Okay, I'm ready
Right.
to listen.
Right. Well, and the other thing is that it's like, okay, maybe you're like, can I try you in 2 months? Like then you call that. The next 2 months, like anytime they see something disgusting in their house, they're gonna be like, I wonder if that Norwich stuff, is working. Like would work on this, So then it's just like you've opened them up more to that. So that'd be another way to get bookings, is to do phone calls where you start off like you just want to talk to them. Like you start the conversation with, I'd like to ask you some questions about the way you clean your home. And then ask them like, do you clean all in one day? Do you clean, do all your cleaning in one day, a little each day, and then just let
And then
them
even
talk.
research.
Like you want to get them talking. Well, because too, like most people, they don't know that they don't like chemicals. Like most people, like I was not a green, like tree hugging, like caring about that stuff. But what I learned since then, that like one of the reasons that I put off cleaning was because I didn't like the overspray. I didn't feel like I would have to take a shower after, and so that meant I had to arrange my day so that I would be able to have time. So it's like I didn't like the chemicals getting all over me. I didn't like the way my nose felt, but I didn't realize that at the time. So I think like if you help open up this conversation and talk to people, that you'll be able to help them discover what it is that they don't like about.
This is a good strategy. I like this strategy.
So yeah. So there was a lot of other like games that you can do, like when you do have parties, like to get multiple bookings. There was like a deal or no deal game where it's like you put little prizes. So like you'd have like little prizes like spear nets or a spear sponge or a travel cloth, So it's like those would be like totally free, but so it's kind of like a gamble. And then in other ones it would say like you win me.
Yeah.
And so you would have, like the little purse or whatever thing that you're gonna give, and so you'd like say like who wants to do this, and like you'd say some of these have free things and some of these have you win me, but then on the one that wins me, like you would also have like another like
They get a
gift that it's like
too.
they'll get an EnviroCloth like at their party
Right.
with a qualifying party or
I
whatever.
almost hate to give away EnviroCloth because like that's maybe all that someone's gonna buy.
Right.
That's kind of all you need.
Right, but that's at your
you know.
qualifying party though, so they don't get it.
I know, but
until-
you know what I mean? Like,
But if they're having a party, they're also going to get a bunch of EnviroCloths too. So for the person that's booking, but I don't like to give the raffle prize at the end as an EnviroCloth, because then they don't buy it. They were going to buy it, and now you gave them one, so then they don't buy it. They don't get the basic package; they just buy the window.
So some people, if they're hesitant to book because they haven't tried the product, so you can just do a loaner. I'm going to give you, 3 products that you can use for a week, and these 3 products will clean 90% of your house with just water. Promise me when I contact you in a week that we can talk about it. Tell me what you love, or if you want me to come over and show you how to use it. So it's a loaner, right?
Right.
So and then you just give, say they know it's not there, so Yeah. And then that way you have a point of
Really?
conversation.
Well, so I mean, just don't give them a new one. If you don't give them a new
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
even if you can even like write loner.
No, some people, when they see my cloth, they're like, that cloth,
that window
because
cloth.
it's stained, and like that cloth works with raw chicken. Yeah, and then I do my raw chicken demo, and then
Right.
they see that it works, and then some people say, well, how long will it last? And I tell them about my 10-year-old cloth. My 10-year-old cloth like passed the raw chicken test, and it's not even the super thick ones. So they work.
One thing that I really liked, and so I
Maybe try-
recommend like when January is coming up to do a party for yourself so that you can earn another mop.
Yes.
Was the suggestion that she gave about the first
Loan a
person to
mop?
book a party, you get to use my mop until your party. And so
That
they
is
jump like
that
right
is
there. I
fair.
thought that was a fabulous idea. I'm gonna do that. So
You
I
saw
thought that
that
was
video?
really cool.
I started watching Dolores back in May when I started training because I didn't really have a team. So
Yeah.
Dolores Van Bodegard totally changed my life in terms
Yeah.
of training and like what I learned from her.
Yeah,
I was
she's
so
amazing.
disappointed I didn't see her at conference. I
That's
really
because she's in
expected to see
Canadian
her.
She's
consultant.
She was there in
Right.
Canada.
That's right.
Yeah, so she's
Like
really
Canada.
cool.
Canada. See her.
I don't think they really have the conventions.
No?
They did.
Ours do that?
But they did.
Like,
Before it
people
was
come down from
fine.
Canada?
No, I know, but I'm saying
Oh,
now
now,
they
no.
don't come.
Oh.
Yeah.
She wasn't there because they go to the Canadian one. Do you know who else is really funny and that I love? Lindsay Mercer. Do you guys watch Lindsay Mercer?
Yeah.
She
But I
just did
know
one.
her.
No, I'm training YouTube.
I know, but I'm just saying I
One
don't come
funny
across.
one
Yeah.
that I just watched that was really funny for me because she did this spoof on all the different customers that you may have at a party.
Oh, really?
Like,
That's
the drunk.
hilarious.
She did the drunk or the one who's on her phone like the whole time. I guess and was like it was totally rude. Or the other one who comes in like 30 minutes late and was like, I'm sorry, I got totally caught up in my cue to my manicure. Can you start from the beginning, please? And I'll go right here now.
Right.
And, like, close
That
the
expects,
presentation.
yeah.
Were you at
So
my
she
party
did
on
this
Saturday?
whole thing, right? And then the point of it was that don't let those people distract you from the people that are there that actually care and want to learn. Those people that come and they're not into it, whatever.
Right.
And it was so funny because I watched it the night before I had a party, and at that party the very next day, there was one of those people there who just was rude. But because I had seen that video, it really like motivated me to be
Right.
like, whatever. There are some people here who care and are paying
Yeah.
attention. So,
Right.
don't pay attention to her.
Right.
And she ended up buying $200 worth of product anyway, so I can't really complain too much. But she was so disruptive to my presentation. It was like
Right.
frustrating and rude. Anyway, if you haven't
Should I approach her about joining because it's like she obviously likes to be the center of attention,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just be like, I mean, it was so funny at conference. This girl that she was like, she was saying like how ridiculous she thought it was to have a cleaning party, but the girl was like, "I'll have wine," and so she goes and she learns about it, and she's like, "Okay, wait a second, you're telling me I can pay because she didn't have like any money. She's like, I can pay $9.99 and like get all this stuff, and like." You get to go to these parties and drink wine, and people are gonna listen to me talk. Like,
Girl, you watched the video.
yeah. She's like, do you remember her?
Yes.
Like, she's like, yeah.
Her name, like, Sparkle or
I don't
something like
remember.
that.
I had a baby that it was like, it made it hard
Hilarious.
sometimes like, to hear everything. I just thought that was so funny.
Because she'd been
Yeah.
housebound for a year because her C-section got a nasty infection, and she
That's
hadn't
how it
left her
happened.
house in a year. So
Yeah.
one of her friends invited to a Norwex party, and she was like, "Whatever, as long as I
Whatever
get
it is.
out of the
Yeah,
house,
that's right.
it doesn't matter."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And drink
she's
wine.
right.
And drink.
So, yeah, so that's funny. Okay, well, let's get into hostess coaching so that like when you have the bookings, it's vital to make sure your hostess is doing what she needs to get the people there. It's so important that your hostess understand what she gets out of hosting a party. And maybe you can offer some tips because sometimes still like people, even though I've sent them an email and I've explained to them at the party, when it still comes time, like when I'm closing their party, they're still like, oh my goodness, I get this, like I get everything. It's not just one, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's just that we just live in this like society where it's like we're just skimming constantly, just gleaning things like here and there that we don't like suck everything in.
And it's also because they can't believe how generous Norwex
I
is.
think that's part of it too.
That they always think, is it, do I get this or this?
I'm like, you get it all. You
So
get it
I think
all.
part of it is that, because they're not used to. Maybe they have hosted other parties before where it's just one or the other, or you get 50% off this and you get 50% off that.
Yeah.
But Norwex truly is one of a kind. Like the hostess program is super generous, and you literally don't have to pay a cent. So
Right.
yeah,
So at all your parties, like definitely you want to do where you stack the hostess. Do you guys know? I don't know where that is. Where you will take
I
the
heard it. And I was like, I don't have all those products yet. but I was
Okay.
working on like,
Right.
you know.
yeah. What would we have
What is
somebody
it?
do if they don't have the products? How would we have them stack the hostess?
Well,
What do you think we should do?
I make a certificate for a shopping spree.
right.
So
I guess you could just like bring a picture of it.
So I don't even have the exact products, because I don't have time to say, okay, this is a host special. Some people do. So I just say, you would get this, you would get that, and I usually pick things that are I didn't talk about. So I give like 2-second spiel about that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get this anti-fat body cloth. You're gonna get, or craft mat. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get a total. And I put the shopping spree. I said you could get a total of $200 to $300 like free products just right there.
So you actually make a little certificate that says like
For
$90.
shopping
I
spree.
do $90, 50, 120, 150, or something like that. Yeah. This month I do 90 because of the. Right.
So you
the
just do
increase.
for the average party.
Yeah.
$620.
got it.
So I don't have to have those items for next month or this month. I just do approximately.
That's what I
They
do
don't even
too.
know. I don't even know. Sometimes on the fly, I'm just like, whatever I can
Well,
read.
see, I always bring the bag. Like, so I always have like the picture of the hostess, and then I have the Norwex screen usable grocery bag, and I put all the hostess gifts for
Yeah.
the $620 party.
Yeah,
And then,
which is
and then
great.
I like pass it, and then I do for 10 buying guests. And so like, I just recently started, like before I used to like stack like the hostess who was hosting, but I saw somebody do it somebody else.
Somebody
Oh no,
else.
Brian
Exactly,
said like do somebody else.
Yeah.
So you do somebody else, and so you're just like sitting there and you're just like putting all these products on top of them. You're like, so like, so you'll say like, so you'll say when Krista, you'll be like, let's say Krista, this is at her party next month. You know, you've decided to host a party. Like, this is everything that you're gonna get, and so you're just doing this, and they're all like, what? Like, I get all of this that you just
So then
all
you
over
said
my
you made
body.
certificates that you just
For the
I
hostess
just,
credit.
yeah, a sheet,
Yeah.
50, 90, 120, 150, laminated it, and I
Right,
just
because if
said,
you have like
And
$350 party, then you get 10%.
Yeah.
You get $35.
Yeah.
So you can have
Right.
I can't remember my
$35 certificate.
denominations. I just kind of broke it up like
And then
that.
you like if you have $550 party, you get
Right.
It's a great
Stack or
visual.
stock?
Stack.
Stack.
It's
Yeah.
a great visual. Usually I
Yeah,
use
stack the
like
hostess.
whoever asked the question, what will you get at the party, or
Yeah.
or I ask, or whoever's the most enthusiastic, can I borrow you? Can I borrow your hands for a bit? And then they're like, oh sure. And then you just start stacking. And it's just a 2 minute thing, and it's just really powerful visual. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try the grocery bag thing and just put my stuff in there.
Yeah, and then
My
even
stuff
then
that
what? Because then like too when they put it, I mean, you just put it all back in the grocery bag, and then you're ready for your next party.
Good idea.
I've started doing that the last couple of months. Oh yeah, so with hostess coaching, you want to make sure you have that first conversation with them. You said you'd like to do that 3 to 4 weeks out. That
Oh,
you
for
send out the invites.
For home parties?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do 3
it's
or 4
not too
weeks.
far out.
No, I don't know.
I
I
don't
get-
think for my calendars.
It's busy.
Not
I don't
booking,
know.
but like for oh sorry, but I mean like
What do you
sending
mean?
out the invitation.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks.
Really.
Yeah.
I've just found that it's like the hostess is just like so lax that it's like she doesn't really do anything.
No, I tell her 3 to 4 weeks, and then I say second email goes out 4 to 5 days before, and then text them.
But what
text them.
happens between that 4 weeks and those 5 days just before the party? Like
They're
that's
doing
like 3
follow-up.
weeks.
They're just doing follow up because I said you're gonna get all your no's first, because those
Right.
they already know, and then so that's when I just just reach out to them. If you see them, just invite them. I don't know. It's always pretty good.
And I just find that, like with my 3 kids, and because of how busy I am, the 3 to 4 weeks is actually perfect because it's usually right when it's
Ahead of the
like
curve.
right.
And
It's like I know what I'm doing.
Also, when they get their e-bite out, they're more committed.
Yeah.
To not reschedule
Right,
and
right.
not reschedule and not cancel.
I just have found with my people that it's like nobody is willing to commit because they're like it's too far out.
I think there is a limit to that. I think like anything sooner than 4 weeks.
Like
I
they're
try to do-
like so
I
like
think 3 weeks.
I can
for
get the
me is-
booking, but their people don't respond. Like they don't want to respond because they're like, I need to figure out.
Right.
I don't know my schedule yet.
I think 3 weeks.
So, I mean, it's bad that it's like they're not willing to commit, but it's basically like they're like, I don't know if something better is coming along versus this Norwex party that you
Yeah.
invited me to. Invited me to. But yeah. So okay. So getting out that initial email, having that initial conversation. So 3 to 4 weeks at least. For sure, like by 2 weeks, they have needed to send out
Yeah.
something. I like to call them. I call them at 2 weeks before. Make sure that everybody has had that initial contact, that they're having a party, and then I contact them another week, so the week before their party, to find out how many RSVPs they have. And then in that conversation, maybe they haven't really done a great job. I will have looked if they have an Evite or the Facebook event and see like how many people I've seen, and I'll have that conversation with them again. But it's like, these people don't even know that you're having a party. Like, it's necessary at this point. Like, get on the phone, text them, because right now don't feel like you're nagging them because they don't even know that you're having a party. You just need to follow up and say, hey, did you see my invitation to my Norwex party? And they'll say no, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm having a party next week. Can you make it? Can I count on you to do that?
So I started using RedStamp. It's an app. And then there's a few images that Norwex has on it too.
And you have them text that out.
Yeah. Well, I text. I create it for them, and then I have the host I said use it as your follow up and reminder.
Yes,
So
that's
after
what I
they
did.
send out the second email as a follow up, then I said, use this because people would tend to respond to the text and they would to a email, right? So then I send it to them, and then they just use it. I'll show you what it looks
Can you
like.
send me a text of it? Because I have to admit, I tried using RedStamp and I found it super frustrating. I couldn't get responses from people. I had no idea whether or not they saw the email.
So it
I
just
didn't
looks,
find
it's
it
not an
terrible.
email, it's just a text.
Whatever.
It's just a text on it. Works?
But to create the party, like the
Yeah,
event, like to invite people.
No,
to
no.
a
This
party.
is just basically
Like
if you
a
got a
text reminder.
postcard. It's like it has the
Postcard.
5 W's.
Oh.
That's it. So that's all.
Yeah,
It
so
just
the
has
week
the
before.
host.
So it's just a way to create the image.
Yeah.
So you just fill.
No.
It's just sending an email out. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a follow up to say,
Yeah.
hey, so I
So
tell
you
my
use it as a text message, not as an invite.
no, I just use it as a reminder and it's follow up.
Okay.
So everybody who
Yeah.
said yes, I send them. I tell the host, send them this. Say thank you for coming. Don't even ask them again if they're coming. Thank them. Thank them. Say see you tomorrow, and then send them the text.
Yes.
Those who have not RSVP say, hey, can I count you in for food and drinks? And then send them this. So don't even ask them to come to a cleaning party. To say, can I count you in for whatever? If you're serving certain snacks or certain themes, can I count you in for this? That's it. And then send them that. So usually they get a lot more response through the text. So that's only the last week or last 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to use once you kind of know the ins and outs. But basically, you just create one. So this is what happens. You open this up. You go to collections, and then you scroll down to Norwex. Norwex has 4 or 6 now. One is a thank you. One is an invite. So I like this one.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
because
know
it
if the
has the
other
safe
one. It
haven.
makes sense.
And then you just fill in the
Information.
information of the host, the time. I said RSVP here, the date, the address,
That's freaking awesome.
and that's
I'm
it.
doing
And
that.
then you press send, and then you say it's a digital day, and then you save. You save your image, and so now it's on your phone. And now your phone, you can forward it to your host. That's it. So now, once it's saved, it's in your collection, right? So you go to edit and you go to send. Now it's all in your thing. And then you just take one, you go edit all the stuff. Save. It's a digital day. Save image. That's it.
That's awesome.
So you just keep changing your text. That's it. So it looks a little bit more professional, but also people love it because they have something else to send besides words.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and it's short and simple, and there's nothing else to explain because you don't want the host to over-explain because the host does not know how to explain as you do. You just want the host to get them to come to the party so that you can do the explaining. You know, because sometimes
Makes
the more the
sense.
hosts explain, the more that they become salesy,
Yeah.
and everybody gets turned off when it's too salesy, right? Come, you don't have to buy anything. No, you do.
Yes.
Right.
Don't ever have your hostess whenever.
I know somebody
Say
just
that.
did that, so it's really don't say that. But
Yeah.
just have to say your job is just to have them come, and I'll do everything else, right? Make it fun to say, come. I want to see you, even Because most of the time I ask the guests, like when they come, I said, well, what made you come to this party? So I don't know. I want to see my friends. That was it. It's like, and then you can see their eyes changing. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, you know. So they just have to be there. So that's the main job of the host, just to get them there.
Yeah, absolutely. They was it at a conference? I can't remember, but yeah, they talked about because before, like, people, and I never liked it when they said, like, you don't have to buy any, don't feel no obligation. You know, it always like bugged me, but just like your hostess is sending them a mixed signal.
Yeah.
By saying, like, you don't just come, but you don't have to buy anything, because it's saying, like, you should spend the time to come and see this meeting, but you're not going to want to buy anything. It's like, no, when they see it, they're going to want to buy everything. So it's like, don't say, like, you don't have to buy anything. It was just, focus more on, like, just come, it's going to be fun.
It's nothing like you've ever seen before.
Yeah.
That's all your host needs to say. That's it. And if they want to ask more, say, I can't even explain it, just come. So, you know, the less they say, the better. Unless they have the cost already and they can come and let me show you, right? So then they can demo it. But
So is that what you have to do for your Facebook parties? Because I used to, like, have
What's
a
that?
script. I'm thinking I need to change it after
Well,
this conversation.
do
Because
it.
I used to say that it's like, well, I'll show you. My hostess coaching.
I haven't read the document yet. I should read it.
Your
Your
see if I
script for
can
your hostess
find it. Yeah, but after what you're saying, I'm like doing it all wrong.
Hey, what is that? What is that? What is that?
This is my hostess coaching.
No, they're
Google Docs.
tabs. What is that?
Oh, it's Google Chrome. I just have all my tabs open. I have a big tab.
You are
Oh my
crazy.
God, I don't ever
Well, there's
put
a bunch
tabs
open now.
under my
Yeah,
tabs.
Okay, so I would
Why?
say, like, I send this to my hostess. I say, after you've invited no more than 50 friends, I'm like, say, hey, so and so, did you see my invitation to my Norwex party? I
Okay.
recently participated in one myself and bought some of the products and I've fallen in love with them because, like, and I say, put your reasons here. I thought of you because I know you are, and I've given them a list. It's like, I know you're super busy. I know you like to eat healthy. I know you're good with asthma. Like, I just give them a bunch of reasons. It's a go at your own pace party, so you can hop on when it's convenient for you. Please RSVP going. But are you saying that, like, we shouldn't even get into any of those reasons? Like, don't even.
So I'm doing opposite now. So I'm asking, okay, this is for Facebook parties. I'm asking the host to ask permission to invite them.
See, I've attended a couple parties where, like, okay, so Usborne does that, and I had a hostess. Like, all of my hostesses that have already previously done an Usborne book party, they're like, well, I'm gonna ask permission first before I send them the invite, and I'm like, what?
So, and I
But
actually
so
find it
how do you
more
like
attentive because, I've been doing the last 2 months and I get more attentive guests than I do like casual guests. So this is what I tell them to
Say.
I say, this is what I tell the host. Hi, so-and-so, did you see your party is now set up? I just invited you to your party and made you co-host. Please accept to start inviting. The best way to invite your friends and families to ask if they want to come to your party first. Then send them the invite. So I said, if they reach 25 yeses, then I'll give them a prize. So I said, be sure to send individual personal Facebook messages and not a group message. Some people still don't get that. People
I
get
know.
funny about those. Okay, here's a script to use, and I tell them to feel free to change if they want to. I say, hey, so-and-so, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm hosting the Norwex Facebook party. Don't know if you've heard of it, but I'm dying. I love my products. I thought you might be interested. I'm doing a quick 30 minutes because we do different style parties live here on the state, right here on Facebook, so you can stay home in your PJs and learn how to clean faster, easier, without chemicals. And then I say there'll be 5-day pre-party posts to check in if you like, for more chances to earn entries by commenting. So there will be several giveaways, so you can join in just for that. I mean, I don't care. As long as they check in. And I said, can I send you an invite? So I find that when people see that there are more yeses going rather than a lot more, like the proportion like of those
Right.
invited, they're more likely to come. Because before I used to say invite your first 10. When they say yes, then invite the rest of your 40. But that just doesn't seem to work as well. So I kind of liking this method where people get permission to be asked, just because right now in the digital age, we get invited to so many things and get added to so many things, so it's really irritating.
So when are they actually?
They
Okay, so
message
basically
them.
then it's just instantaneous
Yeah.
that they've said yes, so then those numbers jump up really
they
fast.
just
That's
jump
what you're
up.
saying.
So
Okay.
yeah, I shadowed somebody else's party. I'm like, how did you get 20 people and 0 invited, right? So I asked her, and this is what she was doing. I'm like, okay,
Well,
I'm gonna try it.
I've had some hostesses that have done that. They didn't ask permission. They're just like, their friends are responsible. I mean, they're.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if it's they have super cool friends, but it's like,
Or that's how they all communicate. And so,
yeah, then
you know
it's like
what I mean?
okay. So because
Or-
like
I know-
I was going to start her party tomorrow. I talked to her Tuesday morning because her friend had gone and shown her the oven and grill cleaner. And on Monday, she's like, she wants to do a party. And so, like, I was like, when can you talk? I'm like, can you talk? She's like, I can talk tomorrow morning. And so she's like, yeah, I want to do a party. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I can start your party, next Tuesday. I'm like, I'll go home and create your event and you can start messaging people. Well, by the end of Tuesday night, she had 17 people already going to her party.
Awesome.
So I'm like, well, let's just start tomorrow. I'm like, I don't want to wait a whole entire week. Like, these people are already, like, yeah, super excited. But yeah, I've been having a lot of problems with my parties that are supposed to start tomorrow. Like, they had 8. Like, they had 8 before they even sent out messages. And then they sent out their messages, and nobody else has
So then I
said
just
yes.
say,
So I don't know
and then
what to suggest
when
that
there's
they
a lot
do.
of people that I see a whole bunch of people invited, I know they either they didn't accept or they just start not listening to me and just start inviting everybody.
Well, some people, it's like
So-
that she only has, like, 21. So she has, like, 8 people going, and she only has 21 other people that she's invited. So it's not like she just, like, invited a whole bunch.
Yeah. So I just follow up and say, hey, are these people have they said yes they're coming but they haven't accepted? So I said send them send them your party link again so they can be top of the news of their feed, and then let them know that they need to accept to be counted towards the giveaway, because I do a giveaway.
So
for
I should
20
have them emphasize that they are, because I mean, I don't know if these people are just like the messages.
Yeah.
They've sent the link.
So they
it's
have
just
to they have to accept to be counted towards the giveaway.
no, I know, but I just don't know that these people, I mean, it seems like they're just totally not interested. So what do you, I mean, I'm just wondering what I can do to suggest to the hostess to help these people get interested, or is it just like, I guess your people aren't interested?
Oh, so then I would just say, what cloth do you have?
Oh,
So I said, do a before after post on your face in your
Okay,
in the
that's
group,
what I suggested.
and then your public. I said I just say don't sell it, just show a before and after picture.
Right.
That's it. And then she tends to get a little bit more.
That's what I said. I
Yeah.
would just post a before and after picture, or post a video of yourself cleaning your mirror.
Yeah.
Or something.
I said if you're brave enough, do a live one, and then
Right.
so usually it works.
Okay.
Usually you get a few more.
Okay. I'll have to try that.
But some hosts they do everything and then they get nobody shows up, so it's kind of weird.
I know.
That's the
I know, I
thing
don't know
with
what's
Facebook
going
Party.
on.
I was telling you about. It can be all over the map. Just so many variables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So with the hostess coaching and the sending out the text messages, a lot of people, for me, having been a hostess, I didn't want to send those out. So-
Remind
Yeah, like I felt uncomfortable doing that. So how would you help the reluctant to want to send? Like, I feel like when I'm hostess coaching, like I'll tell them, I'm like, maybe they only have like a few people going, and so it's like, okay, well, let's message these people with this. I'll say by now they already know what they're going to be doing. Like we're only like 5-6 days out. They've already set their schedule, so you're going to be able to pick up all those people who they don't have anything going now, so you have nothing to lose. So I try to like frame it like that. Do you guys just assume that they're sending them out, or do you feel like you have to do much convincing to get them to send it out?
Well, let's see. That just happened 2 weeks ago. I have to believe her that she did what I said. Yeah, even though she didn't CC me, so she sent it to me after the fact. So I just have to say, yeah, this is a bad day. It's really funny. I had one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and the one in the morning said my friends could have come in the afternoon, and then one in the afternoon said my friends could have come in the morning. So I'm like, it's just the way it is. You just don't know until you start fighting. So if they choose not to, I don't know. If I said, even on the last day, I said, don't stop inviting, because you don't know if your neighbor, can come last minute. You just don't know if that neighbor or that, that person even at Trader Joe's would want to, have been looking for a cleaning solution. You don't know if that person over there has like a health issue.
But I've told them too that it's like, was there anybody that you can think of that you haven't invited yet that you can send?
And then after they exhausted everything, I just said, don't worry, we can collect outside orders.
Right.
So that has been really, really powerful. So I asked the host to send out a third email after the party that has a longer demo. I think it's probably one of the demos, for on our Facebook. I don't even remember what it is now, but a demo with a link that they can order, and then they usually collect 3 to 4 orders, outside orders.
The Safe Haven one from Chris, or
No, I can't remember. It has a raw chicken demo in there. It has like the raw chicken and butter. I think it's 8-minute long. I can't remember which one. But I asked them to send that up as a follow-up. I said to send it to everybody unattended, even your notes,
right?
because they may not have come, not because they were interested, but because they don't know anything about it.
Right.
So yeah, that has been really.
Okay, will
collecting
you
orders has been
upload
really,
that
really
follow-up email and your hostess coaching emails for your in-home parties and your Facebook?
I don't have anything. Okay, I have the. Okay, wait.
I mean, you don't have
What do you want?
anything.
Because it's on. Okay. Say that again.
For the
Yeah.
Files,
Mhm.
a copy of your follow-up email
Okay.
for your home parties,
Uh-huh.
and a copy of your hostess coaching for your in-home parties and your Facebook parties.
Don't know if I have. Okay, it's just an email, so I'll just
Right, just copy and
for
paste the text.
but not the Facebook one. Facebook coach. Okay.
Thank you. I think that's all for today. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this.